Have you ever found yourself sitting alone, heart heavy, replaying every moment of a past relationship, wondering where it all went wrong? The breakup hits, and suddenly, your world feels like it's crumbling. You're left questioning your worth, drowning in self-doubt, and thinking, why wasn't I enough? But here's the thing. What if the pain you're feeling right now could become the fuel for your greatest transformation? Now, what if, instead of wallowing in regret, you could flip the script and make her realize she made the biggest mistake of her life by letting you go? Most men fall into the same trap after a breakup. They cling, they chase, they beg for another chance, only to push her further away. Why? Because desperation is never attractive. Here's a harsh truth. No one regrets leaving someone who's stuck in self-pity. But a man who rises from the ashes, who thrives in the face of heartbreak, becomes unforgettable. That's where Stoicism comes into play. Today, I'm giving you a roadmap, a set of 12 transformative strategies that will not only help you regain control, but will leave her questioning her decision. This isn't about manipulation or petty revenge. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, a man so self-assured and confident that you'll wonder how she ever let you slip away. Ready to reclaim your power? Let's dive in. 1. Embrace your freedom. Freedom. It's a word we often overlook when we're trapped in the pain of heartbreak. But take a moment and think. What does freedom mean to you? Right now, you've been handed an opportunity that most people never fully appreciate, a blank slate, a chance to rediscover who you are without the weight of someone else's expectations. Society often tells men they need to settle down, fit into a mold, or define their success by their relationships. But let me ask you this. How many men live their lives chasing someone else's version of happiness? How many compromise their dreams, passions, and ambitions just to maintain the status quo? You, my friend, are no longer tethered by those invisible chains. You are free. This newfound freedom is your gateway to self-discovery. It's time to explore the world with fresh eyes. Have you ever dreamed of traveling to a far-off country, picking up a new skill, or diving headfirst into a hobby you've neglected? Now's your chance. Imagine booking that solo trip to a place you've always wanted to visit. Picture yourself standing on the edge of a cliff overlooking a breathtaking landscape, feeling the wind on your face, and realizing that this moment is yours alone. But freedom isn't just about travel or new experiences. It's about shedding the emotional weight you've been carrying. You no longer have to compromise your time, your energy, or your identity. This is your time to live authentically, unapologetically. Maybe you've always had a hidden passion for music, art, or entrepreneurship. Dive in. Explore it. The world is waiting and you have nothing holding you back. When she sees you embracing this freedom, thriving in your independence, radiating confidence, and living your life on your terms, it will spark something deep within her. We shall see the man she once knew, but evolved, untethered, and unafraid. And that, my friend, is when the regret starts to creep in. She'll wonder, did I misjudge him? Did I underestimate his strength? The beauty of this step is that it's not just about making her regret. It's about realizing that you don't need anyone else to validate your worth. You're no longer living for her or anyone else. You're living for yourself. And that's the kind of freedom that not only transforms your life, but also commands respect. Now ask yourself, what will you do with this freedom? How will you seize this moment to reinvent yourself? Take a deep breath, step into your power, and embrace the endless possibilities ahead. Because when you do, you won't just make her regret losing you. You'll make her wish she had never taken you for granted in the first place. 2. Live with purpose. Have you ever met someone whose energy just radiates? Someone who walks into a room and immediately commands attention, not because of how they look, but because of the sense of purpose that drives them. That's the kind of man you're about to become. But here's the catch. Purpose isn't something you stumble upon, and it's something you cultivate day by day through action, reflection, and relentless pursuit of your goals. Let's get real. Without a clear purpose, life can feel like you're drifting, reacting to whatever comes your way instead of steering the ship. And after a breakup, it's all too easy to let the waves of emotion pull you under. But what if you chose a different path? What if instead of succumbing to despair, you found a mission so compelling that it became the driving force of your life? Purpose gives you direction, it fuels your ambitions, and keeps you grounded, even when life throws curveballs your way. Maybe you've always wanted to start your own business, master a particular craft, or make a meaningful impact in your community. Now is the time. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but today. Every great journey starts with a single step, and there's no better moment than now to take it. Here's the kicker. When you're a man on a mission, people notice. Women notice. There's something undeniably attractive about someone who knows exactly what they want and isn't afraid to chase it. When she sees you pouring your heart into something bigger than yourself, she'll be struck by the transformation. Suddenly, you're not the man who needed her validation, you're the man who's too busy building his empire to look back. And trust me, that's a hard image to forget. But this isn't just about showing her what she's lost. This is about reclaiming your life and filling it with meaning. When you wake up each day with a sense of purpose, you'll find that everything else starts to fall into place. Your confidence will soar, your resilience will strengthen, and most importantly, you'll feel a deep sense of fulfillment that no relationship could ever give you on its own. So what's your mission? What legacy do you want to leave behind? It could be anything, a passion project, a career goal, or even a personal journey of growth and self-mastery. The specifics don't matter as much as the drive to pursue it relentlessly, because when you live with purpose, you're not just making her regret losing you, you're becoming a man who inspires respect and admiration from everyone around you. Now, let's make this a two-way conversation. In the comments, I want to hear from you. What's one goal or mission you're excited to tackle now that you're focusing on yourself? Share it below. Your words might just inspire someone else to take that first step. And if this resonates with you so far, give this video a like. It's a small action, but it helps spread this message to more men who are ready to turn their pain into power. Let's build a community of purpose-driven individuals who lift each other up. You've got this. 3. Build a legacy. Let me ask you this. When people look back on your life, what do you want them to remember? What impact do you want to leave behind? Most men go through life chasing short-term goals, success, relationships, fleeting moments of happiness. But a man who thinks in terms of legacy, he operates on a whole different level. Building a legacy means creating something that stands the test of time, something that outlasts you and continues to make an impact long after you're gone. It's about living with the intention to contribute, grow, and leave a mark on the world around you. This could take many forms: building a business, creating art, mentoring others, or even starting a movement that aligns with your values. The key is to think bigger than yourself and your immediate desires. Imagine the version of yourself 5 or 10 years from now. What will you have built? Who will you have inspired? When you focus on legacy, your day-to-day decisions take on new meaning. Every action becomes a step towards something greater, something that not only benefits you but enriches the lives of others. And here's the kicker. As you commit to this path, you naturally become someone others gravitate toward. When your ex sees you pouring your energy into something meaningful, something that leaves her wondering, how did I miss this side of him? The regret will be inevitable. She'll realize that while she's been looking for short-term validation, you've been playing the long game, creating a life filled with purpose and significance. But building a legacy isn't just about impressing others, it's about fulfilling your deepest potential. It's about waking up every day with a sense of responsibility to your future self and the impact you're destined to make. The process won't be easy, but the best things in life never are. Brick by brick, you'll construct a foundation so solid that no setback, including a breakup, can shake it. Every great man in history, from Marcus Aurelius to modern-day trailblazers, understood the power of legacy. It's what drives innovation, leadership, and lasting change. It's also a core tenet of Stoicism, focusing on what you can build and control rather than wasting energy on what's fleeting. So what will your legacy be? The choice is yours. 4. Be unapologetically you. Think back to the last time you tried to fit into someone else's expectations. How did it feel? Draining? Uncomfortable? Like you were wearing a mask? Now ask yourself, why do we do this? Why do we twist ourselves into knots trying to become what we think someone else wants, only to lose sight of who we really are? Here's the truth. The most magnetic version of you is the one that's 100% authentic. No filters, no pretense, no second guessing. When you show up as your true self, flaws and all, you give people permission to do the same. And that kind of authenticity, it's rare and it's powerful. In the aftermath of a breakup, it's tempting to question your identity. You might wonder, was I too much? Not enough? Should I have been someone different? But these questions miss the point. The goal isn't to mold yourself into someone else's ideal. It's to embrace the man you are and own it unapologetically. Authenticity doesn't mean refusing to grow or improve. It means grounding your self-improvement in your values and passions, not in someone else's validation. Maybe you've always had quirks or interests that you downplayed in the relationship. Now's the time to lean into them. Whether it's your love for obscure music, your passion for fitness, or your dream of starting that side hustle, let it shine. Here's where it gets interesting. When you fully embrace your authentic self, something shifts. You exude a quiet confidence that draws people in. You're no longer trying to prove anything, and that makes you incredibly compelling. If and when your ex sees this transformation, she'll recognize a man who's no longer tethered by insecurity. A man who's thriving simply by being himself. And that's a powerful realization. But remember, this isn't just about external perceptions. It's about your internal journey. When you stop apologizing for who you are, you free yourself from the exhausting cycle of people-pleasing. You step into a life that feels fulfilling and true, regardless of who's watching. So here's the question. Who are you when no one else is around? What parts of yourself have you been holding back? Now's the time to embrace those facets fully. Because the man who lives unapologetically is a man who commands respect, admiration, and yes, a touch of regret from anyone who ever underestimated him. 5. Transform yourself. Transformation. It's a word that carries weight, doesn't it? It suggests a complete overhaul, a metamorphosis from who you were into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. After a breakup, there's a choice to be made. Sink into the comfort of old habits and self-pity, or rise above and rebuild yourself into a man who commands respect and admiration. Which path will you choose? Now let's get one thing straight. This isn't just about hitting the gym or changing your look, though that's certainly part of it. True transformation runs deeper. It's about leveling up in every aspect of your life, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Imagine walking into a room and feeling like the most confident, self-assured version of yourself. Picture her seeing you again, not as the man she left, but as someone completely unrecognizable in the best way possible. That's the power of transformation. Let's start with the physical. There's a reason why so many men turn to fitness after a breakup. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about reclaiming control. Every push-up, every mile run, every weight lifted is a statement. I'm stronger than my circumstances. As you build your body, you'll notice a shift in your confidence. You stand taller, you move with purpose, and that energy is palpable to everyone around you. But don't stop there. The mental and emotional realms are equally important. Breakups have a way of exposing our insecurities, forcing us to confront the parts of ourselves we've been avoiding. Use this as an opportunity to grow. Start journaling to process your thoughts. Meditate to find clarity and calm in the chaos. Read books that challenge your perspective and expand your understanding of the world. This isn't about running from your emotions, it's about mastering them. By the time you fully embrace this transformation, you'll realize something profound. The work you've done is for you, not her. Sure, it might make her regret losing you, but that's just a side effect. The real reward is becoming a man who's confident in his skin, focused on his goals, and unshakable in his self-worth. Now, let's turn this moment into action. In the comments, I want to know, what's one area of your life you're committed to transforming? Whether it's hitting the gym, learning a new skill, or working on your emotional resilience, share your goals below. Your journey might just inspire someone else to start theirs. And if this message is resonating with you, give this video a like. It's a simple way to show that you're ready to take charge and make your transformation a reality. Let's build a community of men who uplift and empower each other, one transformation at a time. 6. Adopt a Stoic mindset. Picture this. Life throws you a curveball, and instead of crumbling, you stand firm, unshaken. You've mastered your emotions, and nothing, no breakup, no disappointment, can break your stride. This is the essence of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of everything else. And in the wake of heartbreak, it's one of the most powerful tools you can wield. Let's break it down. After a breakup, your mind is likely spinning with questions. Why did this happen? Could I have done something differently? These thoughts, while natural, are ultimately unproductive. You can't change the past, nor can you control someone else's feelings or actions. What you can control, however, is your reaction. A Stoic man understands that external events are beyond his influence. He accepts this reality and shifts his focus inward, mastering his thoughts and emotions. This doesn't mean suppressing how you feel. It means acknowledging your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. Anger, sadness, jealousy, they will come and go, but your response, that's where your power lies. Start by practicing mindfulness. When you feel a surge of emotion, pause, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this something I can control? If the answer is no, let it go. Redirect your energy towards something that aligns with your goals and values. Over time, you'll find that these moments of emotional turbulence have less power over you. Another Stoic practice to consider is journaling. Each day, take a few minutes to reflect on your thoughts and experiences. Write about what triggered you, how you responded, and what you learned. This simple habit helps you process your emotions and develop greater self-awareness. It also serves as a reminder of how far you've come in your journey toward emotional mastery. When you adopt this mindset, you'll notice a shift in how others perceive you. Your calm and composed demeanor will set you apart, not just in relationships, but in every aspect of life. And when your ex sees this transformation, that you're no longer reactive, no longer ruled by your emotions, she'll realize she left a man who possesses a rare and powerful inner strength. But remember, the goal isn't to impress her or anyone else. It's to cultivate a sense of peace and resilience within yourself. Life is unpredictable, full of highs and lows. By embracing Stoicism, you equip yourself to navigate it all with grace and determination. No matter what comes your way, you remain steady, focused, and in control. And that is the mark of a truly powerful man. 7. Strengthen emotional resilience. In the aftermath of a breakup, emotions can feel like tidal waves, overwhelming and relentless. One moment you're numb, the next you're drowning in sadness, anger, or even regret. It's in these moments that emotional resilience becomes your most valuable asset. But what does it mean to be emotionally resilient? Simply put, it's the ability to face life's challenges, process your emotions healthily, and come out stronger on the other side. Let's be clear. Emotional resilience doesn't mean suppressing how you feel. On the contrary, it's about allowing yourself to experience those emotions fully without being consumed by them. Imagine being able to acknowledge your pain without letting it control your actions. That's the kind of strength that sets you apart from the crowd, a strength that not only helps you heal but also commands respect. So how do you build this resilience? Start by creating space to confront your emotions. Journaling is a powerful tool here. Write down what you're feeling, no matter how messy or complicated it seems. Putting your thoughts on paper helps you process them and gain clarity. It's like having a conversation with yourself, one where you can be brutally honest without fear of judgment. Another key practice is seeking support when needed. Whether it's talking to a trusted friend, mentor, or even a therapist, sharing your experiences can provide perspective and guidance. Sometimes, simply voicing your thoughts can lighten the emotional load. And don't mistake seeking help for weakness. It's a sign of strength, a commitment to your own well-being. Mindfulness and meditation are also invaluable in building emotional resilience. By focusing on the present moment, you can prevent your mind from spiraling into past regrets or future anxieties. When emotions rise, acknowledge them without judgment and gently bring your focus back to your breath or a calming mantra. Over time, this practice trains your mind to remain steady, even in the face of emotional storms. Here's the beauty of emotional resilience. It's not just a skill, it's a superpower. That when you've mastered it, you become unshakable. Arguments, setbacks, or even harsh words from others lose their sting. You respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. And when your ex sees this transformation, she'll realize she's dealing with a man who's evolved far beyond the version of himself she once knew. But remember, this isn't about impressing her or proving a point. Emotional resilience benefits every aspect of your life. It improves your relationships, enhances your decision-making, and allows you to pursue your goals with unwavering focus. It's the foundation of true confidence, the kind that doesn't waver no matter what life throws your way. In the end, strengthening your emotional resilience is about reclaiming your power. It's about saying, I may not control what happens to me, but I control how I respond. And in that response lies your greatest strength. 8. Cease all contact. Silence. It's one of the most underrated yet powerful tools you have after a breakup. In the immediate aftermath, your instincts might scream at you to reach out, to call, text, or check her social media. You want answers, closure, or maybe just a sign that she still cares. But here's the truth. The more you chase, the further she'll run. The more you try to remind her of your presence, the easier it becomes for her to take you for granted. So what's the solution? Cease all contact, completely. Going silent is not just about ignoring her, it's about reclaiming your power. When you stop calling, texting, and stalking her online, you're sending a powerful message. I don't need you to validate my worth. You're showing her that you respect yourself enough to step back and focus on your own growth. And trust me, that silence, it's deafening. It creates a void where your presence was forcing her to confront the reality of your absence. This step is crucial because it flips the dynamics. Suddenly she's left wondering, why hasn't he reached out? Does he even miss me? That curiosity can quickly turn into regret, especially as time passes and she realizes the strength you're demonstrating. By cutting off all communication, you give her the space to feel the weight of her decision and potentially to miss what she lost. But here's the kicker. This isn't about manipulating her emotions. It's about giving yourself the time and space to heal. Breakups are tough, and the constant urge to check in or reminisce can keep you trapped in a cycle of pain. By ceasing all contact, you're breaking that cycle. You're creating a clean slate where you can focus on building a better, stronger version of yourself. Now, this won't be easy. There will be moments of weakness, times when you'll be tempted to pick up the phone. But remember, every time you resist that urge, you're reinforcing your inner strength. You're proving to yourself that you're capable of moving forward without clinging to the past. And when the time comes, if she decides to reach out, you'll be in a completely different headspace. You'll be calm, composed, and in control. You'll no longer be the man who's chasing, you'll be the man who's choosing. That's a powerful shift, and it's one she won't be able to ignore. So what do you think? Are you ready to take back your power through silence? If this resonates with you, drop a comment below about the first step you're going to take to cease contact. And if you're finding value in this journey so far, give this video a like. Together, we're building a community of men who know their worth and aren't afraid to step into their power. Let's keep the momentum going. 9. Elevate your social circle. You've probably heard the saying, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But have you ever stopped to truly consider what that means? Look around you. Are the people in your life pushing you to grow, to strive for more, to evolve? Or are they holding you back, keeping you anchored in old habits and mindsets? After a breakup, this is one of the most critical questions you can ask yourself, because the company you keep will either elevate you or keep you stuck. When you're in the midst of heartbreak, it's tempting to seek comfort in familiar places and people. But here's the truth. Growth rarely happens in comfort zones. If your current social circle isn't inspiring you to be better, it's time to make some changes. Elevating your social circle means surrounding yourself with individuals who challenge and motivate you, people who are ambitious, driven, and positive. Why is this so powerful? Because when you're around high-caliber individuals, their mindset and energy naturally rub off on you. You start to adopt their habits, their way of thinking, and their level of confidence. You're no longer the person stuck in post-breakup blues. You're someone who's leveling up and moving forward. And trust me, people notice that kind of shift, especially your ex. Imagine her seeing you at events, mingling with new, inspiring people. She'll see photos of you on social media surrounded by successful and vibrant individuals, and she'll wonder, who is he becoming? That image alone will spark a sense of curiosity, perhaps even regret. But more importantly, it's not about her. It's about you stepping into a new chapter of your life, one filled with opportunities for growth. So how do you start elevating your social circle? Begin by seeking out environments where ambitious, like-minded people gather. This could be networking events, professional seminars, or even hobby-based groups that align with your interests. Join a mastermind group, enroll in a class, or attend workshops. The key is to put yourself in spaces where growth and positivity are the norm. As you build these new connections, you'll also gain access to fresh perspectives and opportunities. These people will hold you accountable, celebrate your successes, and push you to reach heights you never thought possible. And that's the kind of environment where real transformation happens. Elevating your social circle isn't just about external appearances. It's about creating a support system that uplifts and empowers you. It's about surrounding yourself with people who believe in your potential and encourage you to keep striving. And as you grow, you'll find that the man you're becoming is not just someone who makes an impression. He's someone who inspires to others to elevate themselves too. 10. Cultivate selective availability. One of the most overlooked aspects of attraction and self-respect is understanding the value of your time and energy. After a breakup, it's natural to feel the urge to remain available, whether it's to prove you're okay, keep the lines of communication open, or simply stay connected. But here's the thing. Constant availability diminishes your perceived value. To truly shift the dynamic, you need to cultivate selective availability. Now think about it. When something is scarce, it automatically becomes more desirable. This principle applies not just to material things, but also to your presence. The more accessible you are, the more likely others are to take you for granted. On the flip side, when you become more deliberate about how and where you invest your time, you project an image of self-worth and purpose. Being selectively available doesn't mean playing games or ignoring people out of spite. It's about recognizing that your time is precious and prioritizing it accordingly. After a breakup, this is especially important. You're no longer at someone else's beck and call. You're in control of your schedule, your commitments, and most importantly, your energy. Here's how this works in practice. Stop responding to messages immediately, especially if they come from your ex. Take your time. You're no longer in a rush to prove anything or seek validation. If she asks to meet, don't drop everything to accommodate her. Instead, assess whether it aligns with your goals and current priorities. Remember, your availability is a privilege, not a given. This shift does two powerful things. First, it forces her to question her place in your life. She'll start wondering what you're up to, why you're no longer as responsive, and who or what is occupying your time. This curiosity often leads to a deeper realization of what she's lost. Second, and more importantly, it reinforces your sense of independence. You're no longer driven by a need to maintain her attention. Instead, you're focused on living a life that fulfills you. Selective availability also extends beyond romantic relationships. It applies to your social life, work commitments, and personal pursuits. Say no to things that don't serve your growth. Prioritize activities and people that align with your values and goals. This creates a life that feels purposeful and aligned with your aspirations. When your ex sees this transformation, that you're no longer the person who's always available, always waiting, she'll realize she's dealing with someone who values himself deeply. And that kind of confidence, it's magnetic. But here's the best part. By the time she notices, you'll already be so engrossed in your own growth and fulfillment that her validation will no longer be necessary. You're the one in control now, choosing where and how you spend your time. And that's a powerful position to be in. 11. Embrace your freedom. Freedom is a gift often disguised as loss. After a breakup, the chains of compromise, expectations, and shared plans are suddenly lifted, leaving you standing in an open field of possibilities. At first, that vast space can feel overwhelming, but with the right perspective, it becomes exhilarating, a blank canvas for you to paint the life you've always wanted. Now think about it. For the first time in a while, you don't have to check in with anyone. You don't have to weigh your decisions against someone else's desires or tailor your actions to fit their approval. You're free to explore, to experiment, and to fully embrace the person you are and the life you want to lead. So the question is, what will you do with this freedom? This is your chance to rediscover yourself. Maybe you've always dreamed of learning a new language, starting a passion project, or traveling to places you've only seen in pictures. Now is the time. Imagine booking a one-way ticket to a country you've always wanted to explore, immersing yourself in its culture, and experiencing the thrill of adventure. Picture yourself taking up a new hobby, something you've always been curious about but never had the time or freedom to pursue. But freedom isn't just about external experiences. It's about breaking free from the mental and emotional patterns that may have held you back. Without the constraints of a relationship, you have the space to reflect deeply on what truly matters to you. What kind of life do you want to build? What values and passions drive you? Embracing your freedom means answering these questions with honesty and courage. Here's where things get interesting. When you fully lean into this freedom, it shows its shows. You radiate a sense of independence and self-assurance that's incredibly attractive. People, including your ex, will notice. She'll see you thriving, exploring new horizons, and living your life unapologetically, and it will hit her. He doesn't need me to feel complete. That realization is powerful and often sparks regret. But here's the real win. By the time she starts to notice, you'll be so engrossed in your newfound freedom and growth that her opinion will no longer dictate your happiness. You'll be living for yourself, not for her or anyone else, and that kind of liberation, it's priceless. Now let's hear from you. What's one way you plan to embrace your freedom? Maybe it's a trip you've been putting off, or a skill you've always wanted to learn. Drop your plans in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're taking charge of this next chapter. And if you're finding inspiration in this journey, give this video a like. Together, we're creating a space where men can rise, thrive, and embrace the freedom that comes with self-discovery. Let's keep building each other up. 12. Be unapologetically you. At the heart of every great transformation is authenticity. In a world where so many people wear masks, trying to fit into roles, seeking approval, or hiding their true selves, there's something undeniably powerful about a man who is unapologetically himself. No pretense, no facade, raw, unfiltered authenticity. This is the final and perhaps most important step in making her regret losing you. Let's be honest. How often do we edit ourselves to fit someone else's expectations? In relationships, it's easy to slip into the habit of compromise, sometimes at the cost of our own identity. We dim our light, suppress our quirks, and mold ourselves to meet someone else's idea of perfection. But here's the truth. The most magnetic version of you is the one that embraces every flaw, every strength, and every unique trait that makes you you. Being unapologetically yourself starts with self-acceptance. Take a moment to reflect on who you are, the things you love, the values you hold dear, and the dreams that set your soul on fire. Own those parts of yourself, even the ones that might have been criticized or misunderstood in the past. Whether it's your passion for niche hobbies, your unconventional career path, or your bold sense of humor, lean into it fully. Here's why this is so powerful. Authenticity breeds confidence, and confidence is magnetic. When you stop apologizing for who you are, you send a clear message to the world and to your ex that you're comfortable in your skin. You're no longer seeking validation or trying to fit into someone else's mold. You're standing tall, fully embracing the man you've become. This transformation won't go unnoticed. When your ex sees you thriving as your authentic self, it will be a stark contrast to the man she once knew, as she'll realize she underestimated your strength and individuality. The regret will stem from the recognition that she let go of someone who's not only unique but also unapologetically true to himself, something rare and invaluable. But the real beauty of this step is that it's not about her. It's about living a life that feels true to you. It's about walking into every room with your head held high, knowing you're enough exactly as you are. It's about attracting people, friends, partners, and mentors who appreciate and respect the real you, not some watered-down version crafted to please others. So as you embrace this final step, remember, the journey of becoming unapologetically yourself is a lifelong one. It's about growth, self-discovery, and unwavering commitment to living your truth. In doing so, you'll not only make her regret losing you, but you'll also create a life filled with genuine connections, unshakable confidence, and lasting fulfillment. That, my friend, is the ultimate victory. By now, you've walked through 12 powerful steps that can transform your life after heartbreak. Each one is designed not just to make her regret losing you, but more importantly, to help you rediscover your own worth and step into a new chapter as the best version of yourself. This journey isn't about revenge or playing games. It's about growth, empowerment, and authenticity. Let's take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. You've embraced your freedom, reclaimed your time, and committed to building a life of purpose and legacy. You've surrounded yourself with high-caliber individuals, mastered emotional resilience, and adopted the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. You've worked tirelessly on your physical and mental transformation, all while staying true to your authentic self. These are not superficial changes, they're the foundation of a stronger, more confident you. And here's the truth. By the time you've completed this journey, you may not even want her back. You'll realize that your happiness, your success, and your sense of fulfillment were never dependent on someone else. You've built a life so full, so rich with meaning, that any regret she feels will only be a reflection of her own missed opportunity. But this is just the beginning. Every step you've taken so far is a stepping stone toward an even greater future. Keep pushing yourself, keep evolving, and never stop striving for more. Because the real victory lies in becoming a man who's not only admired by others, but deeply respected by himself. If you made it this far, congratulations, you're part of a growing community of men who are committed to self-improvement and living life on their terms. Remember, this isn't just about making her regret losing you. It's about creating a life that you're genuinely proud of. A life where you're the one in control, where your value is defined by your own standards, and where your potential knows no bounds. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found value in these steps, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who could benefit from it. Let's spread this message of empowerment and transformation far and wide. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which step resonated with you the most? Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. Here's to your growth, your triumph, and your unstoppable rise. Stay strong, stay focused, and keep moving forward. You've got this.